arrived at the train station in Budapest, and I got a text while I was on the train from AirBnB support, and apparently my Airbnb host decided to cancel my reservation 2 hours before my arrival. So there should be a Crown Plaza right next to the train station that I've booked to stay in for tonight, and I'm gonna have to arrange my accommodation for the rest of the week tonight. Some sort of a bike race or something going on, apparently. Good afternoon from here in Budapest. Today is my first real day of sightseeing, so I'm starting right here along the banks of the Danube River. Budapest originally was two cities, Buda and Pest. Today I'm exploring the eastern side, which is formerly known as Pest, but tomorrow I'm going to be exploring the Buda side, which you can see off to my right. My first stop today is the Hungarian Parliament building, which is a gorgeous neo-Gothic structure finished in 1904. And the inside is supposed to be equally impressive. Unfortunately, it's closed today for some sort of event. But really the outside, just walking around the outside and admiring all the beautiful architecture is good enough for me. So now I'm on my way to the St. Stephen's Basilica, which is the third largest church in Hungary, and it was finished around the same time as the Parliament building, but construction took much longer, 54 years, primarily due to a collapse of the dome during construction of the church. So right now I'm walking through the Jewish quarter, and I'm on my way to the Dohány Street Synagogue, which is the largest synagogue in Europe and the second largest synagogue in the world. So this is actually the largest synagogue in Europe and the second largest synagogue in the world. The design of it is actually based on Moorish Islamic architecture. And the inside is supposed to be really ornate and beautiful. Unfortunately, today it's closed to visitors, I presume because Saturday is the Jewish day of rest. That's a shame, but it is what it is. Next time. So this is the Fisherman's Bastion, which is one of the most well-known sites in Budapest. It's a fort that was built in the 1800s, and it got its name from the fishermen who lived at the bottom of the fort down by the river, and they would defend the fort during wars. So up here at the top of So up here at the top of the Fisherman's Bastion is the Church of the Assumption of the Buda Castle, also known as the Matthias Church. So an interesting piece of trivia I learned about this church is that in 1689, when the city was under the control of the Ottomans and was being battled over by the Christians who were trying to reclaim it, this church was used as a stronghold for the Ottomans and also as a mosque. And during the battles, a cannonball from one of the Christian forces knocked down one of the walls and revealed an old statue of the Virgin Mary. And the Ottomans, being Muslim, were startled by the appearance of the statue, saw it as a sign, and it broke their morale, and the city fell the next day. So for my last stop in Budapest, I'm at the Buda Castle. The castle was originally built in the 14th century, however most of the modern buildings date back only to the 1700s. Historically this had all sorts of purposes, primarily as a residence though for the Hungarian kings. In modern times it's used as the Hungarian National Gallery and a history museum. And with that, actually, my time in Europe is also coming to an end. Tomorrow I'll be flying to London for 24 hours and then back to the States. So follow along for that. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.